Hey everybody, this is Daniel with the Bitter Jury podcast here with Jake. Say hey Jake.
What's up, guys?
Hey, and we're just here gonna do a quick live feeds. Well, not sure how quick it's gonna be, but a live feeds update for today, the 24th, and also yesterday, because there's some pretty interesting stuff that happens. And before we get started, just wanted to let you know we have our Discord now and it's live, so the link will be in the description. Go ahead and hop on over and say hey, and it'll be a lot of fun that way. So
Yeah,
let's
absolutely.
let's let's hop right into it.
Yeah.
So, Jake, how did yesterday go down?
Oh man. So I always love it when the house guests get alcohol, and we got to see them turn up a little bit last night. Post a really broken HOH competition. The competition actually went down like three separate times. Um, while they were trying to get the HOH finished. So after all of that, they rewarded the house guests with some beer and wine, which gave some people quite a bit of confidence. Fessy was really feeling himself. He went around the house and was kind of telling people that he is basically the savior of the house because he um, because it was his HOH that created the first unanimous vote, and
Oh man.
we all know that the HOH has full control of how the vote goes.
Right, and the only reason that it was unanimous was because he put up someone that was on his own side, but we
Yeah,
already talked about that another thing, and
yeah,
Fessy's an idiot.
yeah. So
So, yeah,
Fessy's either a super genius or he's an idiot.
and there's
Um,
no way he's a super genius. We'll just
yeah,
stick for the idiot for now until
yeah,
never proven otherwise. All
yep,
right. So while this is all going on, they're all drunk. Level 6 kind of gets together and they start, celebrating because they're like, "How did we just pull this off, Fessy? What a crazy person!" And and then Haley walks in on him, and they're like, "Uh."
oh shit, we shouldn't be doing this.
And so after she kind of walks in on him, that's weird. She goes talks to Fessy and tells Fessy like, "Dude, these guys were all like happy and celebrating and stuff." And Fessy's like, "Nah, it's fine." And
Yeah, it's
oh,
totally
good old Fessy.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah,
The whole other side of the house is celebrating. I think even JC might have been in there. So it's just like Fessy and Haley on an island at this point, and Fessy's not concerned.
well,
Be-
because they have that Final Four, right? That Final
yeah,
Four deal. Yeah,
it's
we'll
totally
talk about that
legit.
in a minute.
Yeah.
um, all right, what happens next? Oh, JC comes up to Tyler and
Mm.
comes up to Tyler and says he's kind of getting a little. I don't know if he necessarily says he's jealous, but
Oh,
he's
he says
definitely
he's
jealous.
jealous.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely jealous about how much time that Tyler and Angela spend together, and he's starting to get a little bit worried because they're supposed to have their final two, and
Yeah.
Tyler's like, nah, we still got that final two, bud,
Yeah.
all good, and JC's just kind of like,
All right.
so
Yeah.
that's how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, I think JC really felt super close to Tyler in the beginning of this game, and it's really bad if your like closest ally is starting to shrink away from you towards the end game. So I can really understand JC's panic here, and I think for the level of panic he has, he handled it pretty well.
Yeah, no, I would agree. I would agree. I mean, and are we sure that he has the correct level of panic?
I mean, he's pretty panicked.
All right,
He's
perfect.
he's like talking to Brett about like how close Angela and Tyler are, and Brett is just like, yeah, it's kind of weird, like it's coming out of nowhere,
Yeah,
and
that's weird. I don't ever talk to them ever.
yeah,
Crazy.
it's so weird. We should probably stick to that super secret final three we have with Sam. Remember that?
Yeah, that'll totally work.
Yep.
Um, so level 6, Tyler and Angela and JC
Casey.
and all them, or Casey,
Yep.
not
Yep.
JC, Casey and Brett, they all kind of get together and kind of decide that today's the day for some big moves, and that
Mm.
they're gonna. Oh well, in case you didn't notice, my bad. I
Oh.
guess I didn't say it. It should work. There are definitely spoilers. So if you
Mhm.
are watching for not spoilers and you're just waiting for the episodes for whatever reason, like a normie or something, then just cut it off right here. I'm giving
and
you 3 more seconds, and I'm telling you who the nominations are. 3, 2, it's done.
yeah,
Um, they're definitely nominating Haley and Fessy, and I love this play. I mean, I know they just made their Final Four alliance. What was it? Yesterday or
Yeah,
last week?
yeah, last week.
Last week, but it's the Big Brother house, and things change very quickly as soon
Yeah,
as you're not afraid of people anymore
yeah.
because
It,
you have the power.
that was basically just an insurance policy in case Fessy won, or in case Haley won HOH. Um, and that way Tyler and Angela weren't put up because the final four would be legit. So yeah, I don't think either Tyler or Angela really had, even in the room, any intention of sticking to the final four if they had any modicum of power. But
Oh, I agree. And what's beautiful is, as we'll see later in the feeds, their plan, and it worked out so well.
yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
so
Go ahead.
knowing that they're gonna do this, they have to set up a plan to try and be a little devious and not make everyone pissed off, right?
Hmm.
Especially since they have that Final Four alliance, Tyler and Angela with Fessy and Haley.
Hmm.
So Angela and Fessy kind of have a conversation, right? And
Hmm.
Angela's like, okay, Haley's going up on the block, but she's gonna be a pawn. The real target is Sam. Which, in my mind, that seems believable, right? That
Yeah,
seems believable. And then Fessy's reaction, I think, is the most beautiful reaction I've ever seen. Haley can't be a pawn. I won't let you.
yeah.
Hmm.
What? Um, where does Stassi think he is? Like, I don't understand. Like, you can't just command that people do what you want. Even like even in the Big Brother house, that's not how this works. Uh,
Right. And so Angela's response is like, okay, give me someone better, Fessy.
yeah,
I need to go after Sam.
right.
And
He's
Fessy
like,
just goes,
maybe Brett.
yeah, I don't really have anybody right
Yeah,
now, but Haley can't be a pawn.
yeah,
So right after this, he goes over, finds Tyler, and just like, Tyler, Haley can't be a pawn.
right.
And Tyler's just like, "Oh, okay,
All right.
just like,
Yeah,
I don't know or anything. Why would
yeah,
you come
right.
to me? That's weird."
Yeah. I don't have any relationship with Angela. Quit talking about it.
Exactly.
Uh,
Then Fessy goes to Haley, of course, and it's
mhm.
like, I sat down with Angela and Tyler and said you can't be a pawn. And Haley gets super pissed at this.
Yeah. She
Yeah,
uh she doesn't like being treated like a damsel in distress, and she lets Fessy have it very loudly here.
right.
Um,
Saying stuff like, they don't owe me anything. Why
right,
would you say that?
right,
They owe me nothing at this
yeah,
point. Going into them, you're just making people mad. You're hurting my game. Getting quite angry, being like you were saying, really angry with the white knightishness, and they're being so loud that some level 6 members actually overhear this.
yes, and
So
it's
oops.
glorious. Like it's trouble in paradise for what's left of Faute. So,
It's definitely foul 2 at this point, soon
yep,
to be foul 1, and
yep,
just fail at that
yep,
point. It just goes to fail.
yep, absolutely. I mean, this is probably the worst long-lived alliance I think I can remember. Um,
Yeah, I can definitely feel that.
yeah,
Um, and then after all this, and Fessy coming to Angela and stuff, she kind of gets back to Tyler and starts almost feeling like she's getting little cold feet because Sam would be such an easy target.
yeah,
And Angela's mad because at level 6, really, and
yeah.
Angela's kind of talked to her a little mad at level 6 because Angela and Tyler are now the only ones getting blood on their hands. And so that's starting to create a little bit of a rift, I think, in Angela's mind.
Because, like, really, think about it from her perspective. Like, Casey and Brett have done like nothing,
Super floaters.
and Tyler and Angela are just bathing in blood. And like, from Angela's perspective, yeah, she could just throw Sam up and get her out and have an easy week. But that leaves Fessy in the house. Um,
Right.
and
Especially since Sam is a vote for them. I
mhm.
I mean, it makes sense when you think about it emotionally, but from a game perspective, you need Sam as long as you can handle her.
Right. Right. I mean, honestly, I don't understand why Sam isn't everybody's ideal final two partner. Because I think that Sam would actually pitch for the other person to win uh, in a final two
He's just
scenario.
so good
Yeah, Tyler
at
is
this game.
he's as sweet as a bug in a vat of honey. Like it's yeah. There's just no way that a Sam final two speech doesn't include making sure that the other person wins the game. I don't think. So,
Right.
yeah.
And Tyler brings up to Angela how he doesn't feel like Fessy will stick to the Final Four deal. Just like, oh, I'm scared of Fessy. Just kind of like,
Mhm,
I seriously think that if he gets power again, he's going to instantly throw us under the bus. And
mhm.
if I were Fessy, yeah, that's a really good idea.
Yeah,
But since Fessy is Fessy, I don't think that has ever crossed his mind at all.
yeah. Fessie's played probably the most honest game I can remember of somebody who's had the opportunity to not be honest. Um,
Right.
he has literally done everything that he said he would do from the beginning.
Which
Um,
is not great, especially when what you're saying to do is not good.
yeah. You know what? He did lie once. He lied in week one. He told Scotty that he would use the veto on Steve,
Oh, that's right.
and then he didn't. But
And that caused the whole feud, which
mhm,
eventually got Scotty kicked out. So
yep,
poor
yep.
Scotty.
Poor Scotty.
Poor
But
Scotty.
yep. Maybe he'll be back though. Maybe he'll be back.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That'd be nice.
Um, and then later on, JC joins Tyler and Angela, and JC starts talking, saying that it would be bad to put up Sam because if well, and first of all, JC is not part of level 6, right? He's just
Mhm,
been a weird fringe swing boat, kind of like Sam. So
yep.
he doesn't know that they're like, we're putting up Fessy and Haley. So he's coming here just kind of talking game, right?
Mhm,
And he says to them that it'd be bad to put up Sam because if Fessy wins veto, someone from he didn't say level 6,
yeah.
but someone from their side
Outside.
of the house goes up. And Angela and Tyler are like, oh yeah, it's a good idea. JC, you have the best ideas. And then they tell him about you know, Fessy and Haley going up together, and at first he's kind of like, and then he's like, okay, he's okay with Fessy going home, if there's a for sure vote. That's the only time he's okay with Fessy going home. So it sounds like JC's on board with
Yeah,
kicking Fessy as well.
which is not good for his game.
It's not, but
J
he doesn't know that.
yeah, JC needs Fessy so badly in this game.
Yeah.
It's he's not in a good spot if Fessy goes home, but he doesn't know that. So I mean, bless his heart, right?
Exactly. Um, and as we've till oh, and then afterwards, Angela tells Casey to tell Brett about the Fessy and
Haley plan.
Haley plan, right?
Yep.
Just kind of like, here, go tell Brett, because obviously Brett doesn't talk to us, and that actually, it blows my mind that so many people in the house have no idea that Brett's been working with level 6
Right.
for like since week 1. It's insane to me.
Yeah.
But, they're really good with this apparently.
Yeah.
And so I'm really down with that.
It's crazy.
um
I mean,
what else has happened yesterday? This is all yesterday, by the way.
right. Yesterday was I
Uh
mean, when you throw beer into the mix,
oh, it's so
it
much fun.
gets crazy. You know.
Oh, it's so much fun. Let's see here. And yesterday, here we go. Um
Are we done with yesterday?
no, Brett actually has
Oh,
they're, right now, I think they're trying to decide if they are worried more about Fessy or Angela. And Brett, Tyler, and Angela all end up talking together. And Brett's talking about how Fessy is a bigger threat than Haley because of Fessy's really good relationships with JC and Sam. And
yep.
so I think that's a really good point. And I I believe that Fessy will be a really good target for this week.
Yeah, I mean, you have to try to get him out. Like you have to sort of ignore the possibility of a battle back, and try to get the big physical threat out. And if he comes back in the house, you just give him the revolving door treatment, and you try again. Um,
Exactly. And that's something Tyler did bring up. It's just like they can't worry about a possible battle back because they don't know who's going to win. And
right.
so if you're playing a game on a maybe possible battle back, but because Tyler's been seeing the game and he knows a lot about the game, he knows that something's weird because they saw Caitlin um, uh,
Fail at the
doing
puzzle.
her fail the
Yeah.
puzzle, which was obviously meant to keep you there. They knew
Yes.
that there was going to be a weird sort of thing to kind of make up for that. So
Right.
they're operating under the assumption of a battle back, and Tyler's just like, you know what? Let's just not do that. Let's just, you know, we don't know
Yeah.
who's going to win a battle back if there's a battle back. Let's just play our game and then deal with it later.
And I think Tyler knows how random, because he's such a super fan of the show. He knows how random battle back competitions tend to be. Like one season, it was just like get this ball in this hole, like
Right.
this random thing. And then one season, it was like an endurance comp. So he knows that he can't plan all around an endurance comp, but Fessie's definitely gonna win if it's a battle back. He has to he has to also be able to count that maybe Bailey might come back, or you know somebody that isn't as threatening physically to his game. So you need to get Fessy out while you can deal with the ramifications later. Um,
Exactly.
so yeah,
All right, and that pretty much sums up the feeds for yesterday. So
yeah,
now on to what started happening this morning.
yeah. Um, so yeah, noms have not happened yet. So we have a whole bunch of information leading up to noms today. But yeah, so I'll let you lead off, Daniel. What sort of stuck out to you this morning as we were getting ready to podcast here?
Well, I think one of the biggest things is Fessy, or not one of the biggest things, one of the first things is what I should say.
Yeah.
Is Fessy coming to Haley with the information that he thinks that Brett is playing both sides,
Mhm.
which congratulations, Fessy. Decent
Yeah.
observation.
Yes.
um, and which is actually pretty important because even JC's like Brett isn't part of this other deal. It's kind of a so I applaud Fessy on that one observation. I do.
He's capable of observing things. It's good.
Right.
It's good
I'm
to see.
down with that.
Yep.
And then after that, Haley finds Tyler and asks him about nominations. Tyler's like, "Oh, I don't know what Angela's gonna do."
I
And
don't
Haley
handle those.
immediately is like, "I know that means I'm going in the block, and I'm not a good pawn." And Haley brings up walking in on the level 6 celebrating at the party, and Tyler's like, "Oh, we were just really happy because Angela just said that she was gonna go after Sam," and we're like, "Yeah, screw Sam, we don't want to have her."
Yeah.
And um, I don't think Haley believed him, to
There's
be honest.
no way. There's no way. There's no way in hell that she believed that. Like, because nobody's that excited about the prospect of evicting Sam. Like, there's just nothing to be that excited about.
Yeah, and so I mean, it was a valiant effort, Tyler, but that one's not gonna fly. I mean, I'm
Nope.
not really sure how you explain that one away.
No.
So, oops.
Yeah. He tried though.
Yeah,
Whoops.
I mean, yeah, points for participation, I guess.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Then
Absolutely.
later on, JC finds Brett and tells him he knows for sure that Angela likes Brett. She thinks he's funny, and that's like not cool because he tells Brett that um or no, not my
Try
bad.
again.
Yes. He tells Brett that she thinks he's funny and laughs at all of his jokes, and a lot of his jokes are stupid and very much not funny. And so he's like, "So Brett, you know what you have to do is you have to show Angela how charming you are." And Brett's like, not sure about that." And JC's like, "I am not blind to these things." And
Yep.
so this might be JC doing the exact same plan he tried to do with Fessy. Um, trying to like undermine Tyler. Maybe I don't know, but it seems like a really interesting thing to tell Brett at this point.
So JC's role in the house is the neutral gay confidant that gets in the middle of these relationships, and he is basically like, "Honey, this person's playing you," like, and it's worked pretty well. When it, with Scotty and with Haley, like he got Scotty to um basically try to put up Haley, which is an amazing thing. So I mean,
Yeah.
he has this role where he's gonna just try to get in the middle of the boys and the girls and cause havoc, which I love seeing. It creates a great show. I can't wait to see the edited version of that conversation.
Yeah, I really hope they show it. If
Yeah,
not, that's why we're here.
yeah, exactly.
Um oh yeah, and then, after that kind of thing, Tyler finds JC and sees how JC is like being the social butterfly, and Tyler's thinking to himself kind of like, I really need to try and play my I'm still a kind of lone wolf card. So he goes to JC and tells him he's trying to improve his relationship with he's gonna try to improve his relationship with Casey and Angela, just like JC's doing with Brett. And
Like,
because
yeah,
of course I haven't had an alliance with them since week 1. That's not
yeah,
me. I've
no,
been so alone ever
I don't.
since
Caitlyn, ever since Caitlyn
Caitlin
left.
left. Yeah, it's and JC's not really buying that, I don't think.
No, because like he has eyes, like he can see who Tyler hangs out with. Like it's not like it's super secret at this point. Like honestly, Tyler could basically name his alliance right now, and it really wouldn't do anything bad for his game.
Right?
Because like there's nobody left on the other side.
Exactly. And that's the beauty of playing Tyler's game.
Yep.
And the amount of luck that he's had this season has been
Oh, he's
incredible.
so lucky. He's
It's
so
so good.
lucky.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. Anyways, um uh Fessy ends up going to the HOH room with Angela, just kind of trying to talk game as Fessy does. And Angela tells him that no, Haley is a pawn. And Fess is like, "Are we sure that Sam would go home over Haley?" Angela, totally. And to Angela's credit, she's like, "And it wouldn't make any sense for me to not nominate Haley because people would be suspicious." And Fessy's like, "Oh, I understand, and I respect whatever decision you make." And Angela's like, "I just can't put my game in jeopardy just to make her feel better." And Fess Fessy's like, "Yeah, no, I get it. I'm super, super confident in the Final Four alliance that they have with Angela, Tyler, and Haley."
Yep.
And he says this multiple times. He's like super. So Tyler, in my eyes, like yesterday, he was kind of worried about Fessy, um, like
Yeah.
being the one to break the alliance. But there's no way. He's just like super down with the alliance, the Final Four.
Yeah, like we talked about a little bit earlier, he's just not the kind of guy to play a deceitful game. So as soon as he thinks he's got something legit, he's gonna try his best to hang on to that. Like we saw him try to do that with Swaggy. We saw him. We've seen him try to do that with every single Faute member that has gone home. And yeah, it's just he has no clue. He's clueless when it comes to the power that level 6 has over his game.
Yeah, it's kind of depressing to be
Yeah.
honest.
It,
um, and then Fessy actually corners Brett in the bathroom, and he's like, "Oops, excuse me. Mm, it's time to make house moves by getting
Mhm.
Sam out, just like I got Scotty out on my HOH.
Oh, yeah,
House moves, big moves.
yeah,
My ally, I got him out of here.
yep,
Crazy man right here." And
yep.
he's, oh my gosh,
House moves. That's the first time I've heard that term. When like
house
house
moves,
moves.
big
It's
house moves.
like a dance craze or something, make the house moves.
House
Man,
moves for
yeah,
those
man,
house music.
yeah, and yeah. I mean, again, there's just no point in like, there's no point in Fessy sort of. There's no point in Fessy being as stupid as he is. Like, he should be able to recognize that Sam is a big move to no one because he knows that he has to know that. Um, so he shouldn't feel very secure. But
Well,
as
and he should also know that Scottie wasn't a big move,
right,
but who knows?
yeah. I mean, Scotty
Just
did
tunnel vision
did
pretty
do
hard.
well in some comps, but like he was
Yeah,
going to do well in comps for Fessy. That's the thing. Or for
right,
Haley, which is basically the same thing.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we hit our Fessy make fun of quota. We'll see though.
Yeah.
It might come up again.
It might have to. It might have to.
It will definitely have to. Let's just be honest.
Yep.
Um, and let's see. Tyler and Angela get back together. Then Tyler tells Angela that JC told him
Mm-hmm.
that Brett is worried about a four-person alliance with Haley and Fessy because they spent so much time together last week, right? And
Yeah.
so, see, Brett sees what's going on. He's starting to get a little nervous, and that's fair. And Angela's like, I might use that in my nomination speech, calling them out on the alliance. Um, and she's like, well, because Fess has no idea that he's going up. He's too worried about Haley. Tyler's like, just make sure that Haley's picture is first in front of
But
Fessy's
on the
on the
yeah.
nomination wall. So it's like a super blindside. Just and
And Angela being the ice queen is like, yeah, absolutely, I'll do
Yeah,
that.
that is the perfect thing to say.
Yeah.
And they're just in her nomination speech, she's just gonna try and call him out. Like, you tried to form this alliance with me? That's crazy. You're both on the block, just to
Mhm.
make you know, in that speech to make Brett feel better. And
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty decent move.
Yeah, I think it would make Brett feel better. It would make JC feel better. It would make everybody in the middle feel better. Like Casey doesn't care what moves
Right.
that Tyler and Angela make. So it's just about making Brett and JC feel comfortable until they uh, feel like they want to cut those two. Um,
Exactly.
so I mean, I feel like if they pull off that plan, it'll work wonders for two relationships that might fracture over them coming together otherwise. So I mean, again, it's Tyler and Level 6 doing things the right way.
Right. And even and still during that conversation, Angela tells Tyler that JC still has no idea that they're working with Brett because JC's always trying to make her feel better about Brett. Just like, no, he's good. He's good.
Yeah.
He's good for us. He's good for our game.
He's voted
And
with us every time, Angela.
oh, poor JC.
Yeah. Oh
He
man,
doesn't know,
he doesn't know. But I
which I
mean,
find pretty incredible.
yeah,
After how many weeks? 8?
it's been 8 or 9 or
It's been
something.
65 days,
Yeah.
and you still have no idea that
Yep.
he's been working for you for over 2 months.
Yep.
Over 60 days. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. That's a really good gameplay by Brett and the others in level 6, I think.
You know what's really weird, Daniel?
Mm.
Is that Tyler was the last person in the Level 6 Alliance.
What do you mean?
He was he was the last person approached. Um, so it was Brett came up with the idea initially, um, and then got Casey. So yeah, Tyler has become the kingpin of this alliance, but he was the last person to be included in it.
Oh, well, they made the
Yeah,
right choice then.
it's crazy, man. And he just run. I mean, he's just running the game right
Yeah,
now.
and let's be honest, Kyler's the kingpin of the house.
Oh,
I mean,
for
it's just
sure,
how it goes.
absolutely.
Oh, Fessy, I told you we'd come back to him and his funniness.
Yeah,
JC comes up to Angela and is like, "So Fess was just trying to pitch putting bread up, and I almost choked on my milk." I
yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's the kind of it's not as bad as Scotty trying to get Fessy to put Haley up, but
It's pretty close.
it's not gonna happen.
Right, right. I
Not
mean,
gonna happen.
yeah, and even up to this point, there is no indication that Fessy has any idea that he might face the block. and that
Yeah.
is fantastic.
Oh, it's great. I cannot wait for the episode to air and just see, or even after the feeds when they come back on after the veto ceremony
Yeah.
happens
You
today,
mean
and
yeah,
just
you
see
mean the
his face
nomination?
of just like, I still don't know what's happening.
What the
Oh,
what the fuck is going on? I don't know. He's gonna be wearing his blanket. He's gonna be like, "What the fuck, guys? This game is so crazy. The social experiment is so crazy. I don't trust any of you.
how are any of you not going insane right now?
I trusted you, Haley. What did you do,
We know it's your fault. Yeah.
Haley? I trusted you. 56 days, Haley. I waited for that kiss, and you do this to me. What?
Yeah. Oh, good old Fessy.
Oh
And
man.
then to cap it all off, this is the last thing that we have before the feeds went dark.
Yeah.
Angela told Casey that if she has to put up Fessel and Haley to get them out of her room, from always coming up to her room, get her out of her room, she would do that right now with no further justification, just to make that happen. Thereby, I tip my hat to the Ice Queen.
Yeah.
Whew!
She is really donning her Cersei crown and just like owning the evil at this point. Like we saw in the veto episode, that Zingbot says that she has a heart of ice or something, or and she's just owning it, and she's like, yeah, I'm this cold-hearted bitch, and I'm gonna just
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah, definitely Cersei post naked walkthrough. Just
yes.
like y'all are screwed now.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, I mean that's it. We're waiting for the nomination ceremony to happen. Let me see. Let me check to see if we have any update on whether or not that happened.
Yeah,
Um,
and just remember, guys, we have our Discord. And it's there's a link in the bottom of the description. My bad. And go ahead and hop on, talk game with us if you want.
yeah.
Give us your thoughts. We're always interested in hearing your guys' thoughts. Leave a YouTube comment. We'll respond. Hop in the Discord. Hit us up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that'll do it for us for right now. Expect more of these live feeds in the future.
Yes.
And have a nice day. Peace.
Have a good one.